This is Michael Wilson. We're looking at who was Aaron. Let's do it. If you're familiar with the story of Moses, the prophet who led the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt and received the Ten Commandments from God, you may have wondered who his older brother Aaron was and what role did he play in God's plan. So we're going to explore 6 important things to know about Aaron, the first high priest of Israel. Aaron was born in Egypt to Amram and Jochebed, and they were descendants of Levi, one of the 12 sons of Jacob. He had a sister named Miriam and a younger brother named Moses. According to Exodus, Aaron was 3 years older than Moses. So the second thing is, Aaron became Moses' spokesman when God called Moses to confront Pharaoh and demand the release of Israelites. Moses was very reluctant to accept this mission. In fact, he refused it, and because he felt insecure about his speaking abilities. Now, what is one thing people fear the most? Public speaking. So God then appointed Aaron as Moses' prophet, meaning he would speak on behalf of Moses to the people and to Pharaoh. So the third thing is Aaron performed miracles by God's power to demonstrate God's authority and God's judgment over Egypt. He turned his staff into a snake, which swallowed the snakes of Pharaoh's magicians. He also stretched out his staff to bring on the first 3 plagues, turning the Nile into blood, causing frogs to cover the land, and summoning gnats from the dust. The fourth thing is Aaron accompanied Moses to Mount Sinai, where God gave them the law and the instructions for building the tabernacle. God wanted Aaron, who would be the high priest, to hear it directly. And so a portable sanctuary where God would dwell would be where God appeared among his people. God chose Aaron and his sons, Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, to serve as priests for Israel. They were given special garments, anointing oil, and consecration rites to set them apart for this holy service. The fifth thing is Aaron was the first high priest of Israel. He had privilege and responsibilities of entering the most holy place of the tabernacle once a year on the Day of Atonement. He had to offer sacrifices for his own sins and for the sins of the people, and sprinkle blood on the mercy seat, which was covering the Ark of the Covenant. This was a symbolic way of reconciling God and his people. Aaron also made some mistakes, this is the sixth thing, and he faced some challenges during his life. He gave in to the pressure of the people and made a golden calf for them to worship while Moses was on Mount Sinai. He was rebuked by Moses and by God for his idolatry and had to witness the destruction of the calf and the death of many Israelites who participated in this sin. He also joined Miriam in criticizing Moses for marrying a Cushite woman and was punished by God with leprosy for a short time. He also faced a rebellion from some of the Levites who were challenging his authority as high priest. But God confirmed his choice of Aaron by making his staff sprout buds, blossoms, and almonds. Aaron died at the age of 123 on Mount Hor near the border of Edom in the 40th year after the Exodus from Egypt. He was succeeded by his son Eleazar, and his descendants continued to serve as priests until the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem in 70 AD. Today, Jews who claim to be the descendants of Aaron are called Kohanim and have certain privileges and duties in synagogue services. So what's the bottom line? Aaron was a significant figure in the history of Israel and in God's redemptive plan. He was a faithful brother, a powerful spokesman, a miraculous performer, a dedicated priest, and some humble servant. He was not perfect, but he was chosen by God for special purpose. He reminds us that God can use anyone who's willing to obey him and follow his call. And that's some mighty good news, brothers and sisters.